Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Bill. I hope everybody had a wonderful evening. I'm getting set up here today, picking up where we left off. I brought some black spray paint. I will try to milk what little bits left in there out that I can. I brought a respirator for the sandblaster. Even though the face mask worked okay yesterday, it really didn't work the way I wanted it to, and I didn't feel real comfortable with it. Got a couple things to do to get started. One thing being, I may, before I do anything else, go ahead and look at being able to put the bell housing on back here. It's fairly easy to do in the sense that if I use the through bolts on the engine, it should realistically allow me to use the threaded section, the bolt that goes through down here, okay, and into the bell housing to actually hold the mount on. But I don't know, not yet. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do before I get to that point, including painting that bad boy. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. I think I mentioned something about cleaning up my mess. If you guys didn't notice, sometimes I'm kind of scattered out. I usually know where things are, but I still get kind of scattered out. So anyway, that's it for now. I will pick up here in a bit. Oh, wow. Focus? Is that really? There we go. I don't know what the hell happened to this. I might try to find the autofocus setting too while I'm at it. Evidently there was a thing that said lock focus. So I'm going to zoom in, and yeah, it's okay. It's focusing on its own. Good. That'll help get rid of some of the blurry stuff, I hope. Yeah, that's much better. So I'll be back.
All right, I'm back, everybody. I've actually wire brushed a lot of this. I'm going to use a little bit of sandblasting on this, and I need to sandblast these. Now, today, I probably sound even funnier than I did yesterday, or at least currently, I probably sound funnier than I did yesterday, and I'm going to show you why. Ta-da! I actually have a real respirator. Now, when you're using any kind of blasting material, that's great timing. Okay, when you're using any kind of blasting material, you know, the stuff gets up and permeates the air and everything like that. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to be breathing it in. In the case of silicate and sand, you can end up with silicosis. There's also dangers to when you're doing with aluminum oxide. And even glass bead, if the beads are shattering, which they generally will, you know, depending on how hard what you're hitting, etc. But anyway, long story short, you know, you can breathe these particles in. So today, I brought my dusty old trusty breather. And then, of course, over there is my hood on top of that jack stand. And then I'm going to move this little table over to there by the door for the blasting purposes. So I'll be back.
All right, everybody, I'm back. Been doing some sandblasting. Yeah, baby. Now, this is the biggest way you can tell the difference. You remember the transmission I had that I showed you the picture of? And it's a velvet drive. By the way, I made a mess of my truck with the sand. It looks like I've been playing at the beach all day. Anyway, so you remember what the velvet drive looked like before I started sandblasting it, and this is what it looks like now. Ready to paint. You know, wipe some dust off and etc. And I didn't really hit this very much because there's a seal up there in the front, and that seal doesn't leak, so I don't want to give it any reason to. But anyway, just want to throw that in there for you real quick. I cleaned up my water pump. I cleaned up my seawater strainer. And pretty much once that transmission, woo, bright, fade, 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 fade. There we go, auto adjustment. Once that transmission gets dry, I've got a couple little things to do, like maybe paint the bolts and stuff like that. But once the transmission gets dry, I can start putting things back together now. I've got all my new parts. I'll show you. There's my Pertronix ignition, my new plugs. There's a oil filter that the box has seen better days. Remember, we got my wire loom, split wire loom. Trusty Diet Pop from McDonald's. It's only $1. Yes, tantalize your taste buds. It's a la carte though. If you buy it with a meal, it's $1.79. So yeah. Anyway, so that's it for now. And 700 WLW is playing the national anthem, which tells me it's 12 noon my time. So I'll be back. All right, everybody. See if I can do that. I'll probably give this away anyway. By doing it the way any way I want to do it, it's probably going to show the same. I'm going to show you an item that I'm putting here on top of the motor. This is my seawater strainer, and it is, as far as I know, the original Perco seawater strainer that came with the vessel. Now, my trusty sandblaster and I, and then that trusty wire wheel turned what used to look like that, which is the inside of this pipe, all over. You can even almost look at the outside of the pipe, even though it was a little crustier looking than that. But that's what this entire thing, aside from the stainless inside obviously and the glass, looked like. And then you can kind of look down in there. I don't know how much light I can get in here for you, but maybe you can see up inside there. Yeah, you can see that a little bit. That's what this thing looked like all over. 15 minutes or so. I grabbed it while I was running the oh, by the way, I think I took a picture of this while I was sandblasting that, and while I was sandblasting those, and I went ahead and did that too. So there's my guard plate. I really don't need to paint it on the inside. I'm going to, for the same reason. John made a suggestion, and I actually like his suggestion, so I followed through with it. I painted the bell housing black. Come on, fuck us! I painted the bell housing black. So that's, it's going to be a little bit of a differentiation between the blue engine and the blue outdrive. We're going to see a black bell housing. Even though this is a glossy black, you can still look at it if it gets oil on it, which is a great thing about oil, because oil makes everything shine even more. You can look at it if you happen to have an oil leak or something. You can look at it and you can see more of the shine. I'm sorry about the yawn, guys. I really need to be getting a little more sleep. I just haven't been. So when I yawn, if I make y'all yawn, my bad. I'm sorry. Anyway, I got some more stuff to do. I'll be back. Now, I found out something while I was doing this. If you look at these hoses, they're pretty cracked. And I'm going to come around here. I'm going to show you here. Twisting this one around caused it to start seeping. So that's the low pressure hose. It's no big deal. Both of them are semi-low pressure hoses, but I'll probably replace them both when this gets all nice and dry. And then Steve that came in and left because I don't know, he saw I was recording and talking, so he figures it's probably important. He doesn't realize, it's just a bunch of folks sharing some stuff. If he did, he might have even stayed around and said hi or whatever, because he's a pretty good guy. He works here as well with John and myself, and we have another gentleman named Dave Williams that works here. He's pretty much I don't know if I could say a whiz, but yeah, he's pretty good on them personal watercraft. So anyway, I'll be back. I am going to try and get the serial number 748. Yep, maybe. Let's see. Serial number 74820. Model number AS1-74C. Or at least that's what I think it says. It may not. But, here, Steve. Oh, Steve, in the blinding light. You left because you didn't want to interrupt me last time, did you? When you came in and I'm walking around talking to myself. Oh, well, that's even better. Okay. All right, got some paint drying. Let me see. Paint drying there. 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 So, what's that?
We're at the beach.
Where's the who?
Feels like we're at the beach.
Oh, yeah. That's why I said earlier, my my truck looked like I'd been playing around at the beach all day because it had sand all over it.
Hey, what'd you think?
What's that? Oh, yeah. I took it off because I was using the other thing. Here you go, boss. Yeah. Yeah, because it sucks ass trying to hold that on there when it doesn't it? All right. Ooh, look, Cindy. You know what that used to look like. I made it look pretty. Anyway, like I said, I got all my other crap here. Come back a little later after some stuff dries. See ya. All right, everybody, it's Bill. Hi. I got to let some paint dry. So, rather than sit there and watch it, I'm gonna head over here to the house and spend some time with my honey. So, I will be back later, navigator. Oh, and there's my two buddies, Michelangelo and Buster. Both of them given to me by children that I consider my own kids. So Mikey always rides with me. That was given to me by Tony, and Buster always rides with me, and that was given to me by Mikey. So I'll see ya.